Coming up on Mountain News this morning, funding for the Buckhorn water plant is nearing completion. And Senator Mitch McConnell made his way to the Bluegrass for the Commerce Lexington luncheon.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. I'm Madison Carmouche. We're coming up on 5 o'clock this Thursday morning, and we are almost there. It's almost Friday. We can see it. It's on the horizon. But first, let's send it over to meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast.
Oh, we can see it, that's for sure, but we got to see it through some fog this morning. Good morning, everyone. Good Thursday to you. 46. It's a little chilly this morning, and at the reporting stations right now, you would think the visibility is not an issue. Obviously, looking at the web cameras this morning, it is, and nonetheless, a little extra time to work in school on this Thursday. 56 up the road at Jackson, 48 at Prestonsburg. It's also 46 as you make way back over into Irvin, 50 at Williamsburg, and 50 at Jonesville. Satellite weather composite, high pressures right on top of us. What a delightful afternoon. Yes, I know it's a little chilly for a number of you again this morning, but nonetheless, we've got a spectacular afternoon. After the fog burns off to a lot of sunshine, we'll get up to 78 here in Hazard. More about your ARH First Alert 7-day forecast coming up in just a few moments. Madison?
All right, Tim, thank you. Officials say funding for a $40 million water infrastructure project in Buckhorn is nearly complete. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox tells us how they were able to secure the money and the impact this could have in Perry County.
Leaders gathered in Hazard City Hall celebrating a goal many have worked toward.
I have been writing grants for the Buckhorn Water Treatment Plant and the Transmission Line project for probably about 7-8 years now.
Hall says at least 11 grants have secured funding for the $40 million project. One recently announced was a more than $10 million grant from the Economic Development Administration. U.S. Representative Hal Rogers described the announcement as heart-throbbing.
Spent a lot of time selling federal agencies on the beauty of East Kentucky.
The Hazard Water Plant serves many Buckhorn community members several miles away. Buckhorn Mayor Simi Bowling says community members are excited about a new source.
And today is a giant step for not only our community but the region.
Officials say the project can make an economic impact.
It's going to allow us to attract new businesses, allow us to create new jobs, and retain existing jobs in Perry County.
The $10 million grant alone is expected to allow 100 jobs to be retained. In Perry County, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
The Economic Development Administration grant will specifically go toward a transmission line from the Buckhorn Water Plant to the Coalfields Regional Industrial Park. Senator Mitch McConnell released a statement about helping secure the more than $10 million for water infrastructure improvements. He said, quote, "I'm grateful to see these federal funds help upgrade this essential service to the community and set the stage for future growth in the region. My top priority remains to help our state rebuild and ensure the people of Eastern Kentucky have what they need from the federal government." Speaking of Senator McConnell, the Senate Minority Leader was in Lexington for the Commerce Lexington luncheon yesterday. The event took place at the Hyatt Regency Ballroom. Senator McConnell talked about a number of things, including the presidential race. He says it is important that people can find topics that both sides of the aisles can agree on.
Now, as you can imagine, I think none of my members were too happy to see me standing by Joe Biden up in northern Kentucky.
McConnell commended the current administration for being able to get the work done for the Brent Spence Bridge in northern Kentucky after the Trump and Obama administrations were unable to do so. We are now just more than 1 month away from the official start of fall, but that means ragweed allergy season is upon us. William Greisner with Bluegrass Allergy Care says we are close to the peak of ragweed, and it will continue until we get a frost. Dry and windy days can boost the pollen count, so Greisner says even on a nice day, opening your windows for some fresh air could cause problems for allergy sufferers.
Don't keep your windows open at night, although you may enjoy that. That's just bringing pollen in from outside. And likewise, don't drive with your car windows down either.
And if you are struggling with allergies, Greisner recommends seeing a specialist. If you're interested in Kentucky's rich human history, Barren River State Park is the place to be this weekend. The Green River Archaeological Society of Kentucky is hosting a show and presentation on recent findings from Paleo Indian sites in Hart and Hardin counties. The event will showcase prehistoric artifacts from sites like the Copeland Valley and Melrose Clovis sites, providing insights into life from 10 to 14,000 years ago.
The show's awesome. It's at one of the most beautiful places in our state, Barren River State Park, from 8 to 4 on Saturday and 8 to 12 on Sunday. So we display prehistoric artifacts. Anybody will talk to you for as long as you want, I promise, about their artifacts. Everybody loves their artifacts.
The Paleo Indian presentation will take place this weekend in the basement of the Barren River Lodge inside the State Park in Lucas. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. When we return, new data shows Americans are starting to cool off on extravagant traveling as the post-pandemic effects fade away.
And we have seen our temperature cool off again. Yeah, we're in the mid-40s right now in Hazard, but another beautiful finish to the afternoon. All the details with your ARH First Alert 7-day forecast coming up right after this.